I'm trying to pick a fight with him as much as I can, but at the minute I'm unsuccessful. So, yeah, that's what I want. I want to be called. See, we have a thing in MMA where it's different to boxing in terms of there's one champion at every weight, one guy, every weight division. Whereas boxing, you have different like organisations and stuff. There can be like 4, 5, even 6 sometimes. World champions at every weight. In the UFC, we have one. But in my division, we have 2, which is weird. I don't like it. Jon Jones doesn't want to take the risk at the moment. So,
what do you think you can do to make that fight happen?
Me personally, I can't do anything. I think it's just down to money. I think on his side. So, I will fight whenever, wherever he wants. But it's down to money, I think.
And you say he's afraid to take the risk. What do you mean by that?
I just think that at this stage in his career, he's had an amazing career. I just think that he's like 37, 38 years old, but not only that, he's got a million miles on the clock. So he's got a lot of damage on the body. He's took a lot of shots to the head. And that's not me saying anything negative about it. That's the reality of it. And I'm sure Jon Jones is aware of that. When you put him in with, I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but I'm literally the most dangerous guy in the UFC if you look at the stats. When you put him in with a guy of my size who has them credentials at this stage in his career, I think Jon's a smart guy and he realises that, so he wants compensating financially for it.
And how does it feel that you constantly have to address this topic?
Oh, I'm well bored of it. I've had enough. We either need to fight or I need to move on and do something else. And like I said, I'm going to find out. Literally, today is the day that I've been waiting for 3-4 months for, and I'm going to find out today what's going on.
Would you mind explaining to us what happens then when you say today's the day? Do you all get together in a room? Is it done over a video call? Does he get on the call and you get on the call?
No, I never speak to him personally. It's done. So you got Dana White, who is, everybody knows Dana White, he's the face of the UFC. The last meeting I had, Dana was actually there, which is the first for me. Usually it's done with another guy called Hunter. Hunter like stays in the shadows a little bit. Like he's the guy who all the fighters speak to directly. So tonight will probably be Hunter. I'm not sure if Dana's going to be there or not, but Hunter is the guy who does the deals. And we just go in a room, chat. It used to be done over the phone and stuff, but with the bigger fights, it's usually, when you're talking about world title fights, it's usually done face to face. So we had a meeting in New York about it a few months ago, and now we're here in London about to have a meeting about it tonight.
What's discussed in those meetings? Because you want the fight. So it's very simple from your side. What else happens?
Well, this is what I don't understand, to be honest, because they actually said to me that we're going to discuss the plan tonight and they're going to give me the full breakdown. And for me personally, I've now had 10 UFC fights. And I've had however many other fights in my career as well outside the UFC. I've never been given a plan before. It's just like, this is the date, let me know the location, when, and I'll show up. So this is really rare for me. I don't know what to expect. I'm really interested actually to see like what is the plan? Do you know, like there's 2 guys, I'm one of them, I'm in. What's the plan? So I'm interested, I don't know.
What I'm interested in though is like the clear-eyed evaluation that you've just offered us. You describe yourself as a dangerous man in MMA. You talk about Jon with a level of respect that you recognise what he's good at, but also the weaknesses. If the plan tonight does materialise and you and him do meet, how do you think that fight will go?
I think Jon is amazing at MMA. I think he's literally you can never be a complete UFC fighter. It's impossible. That's one of the things that draws me to the sport so much, is why I'm so obsessed about it. It's because you're constantly chasing perfection, but you're never going to get it. No one's ever going to be perfect, complete fighter. But Jon, in my opinion, if you look at his body of work over the last 15 years, he's like as close as you can get to perfection as possible. That being said, he's got a lot of miles on the clock and he's fighting one of the most concussive punchers in UFC history. And I just think I can exploit it. Like, I think to get out the way of me for 25 minutes at this point in his career without getting hit once, and that's all I need is just one, I think that's going to be very difficult for anybody, I think.
But where do you think the threats to you will come from?
What, me threatening him?
No,
or him
as
threatening
opposed
me?
to what do you think he can do to you? He's
got a lot more experience than I do. He knows how to stay in there. He's fought guys similar to me before. He's had these plenty like massive fight experience where I've only main evented the UFC like 4 or 5 times now. He's done that for the last 15 years. Do you know what I mean? So that stuff, from the outside looking in, you probably think, oh, that's a load of rubbish. Like, what's it? Just a fight. But being in those situations, those high pressure situations and those massive fights, if you've been there a lot of times before,
Yeah.
in comparison to someone like me who's been there 4 or 5 times before, it does make a big difference. And I'm aware of that. I'm completely aware of it. But that's where he has the advantage, is the experience.